Hi Libra, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth. I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader, and this Libra is your intuitive reading for the time between the 5th and the 18th of July. It's intuitive, which means whatever comes out, comes out. So obviously you can apply the energies to your life. Now, we will look at as many cards as necessary, looking at both weeks individually, and we'll also look at some key energies, i.e. the type of things you could be feeling, and definitely the experiences in the weekly sessions. Okay, my darlings, I've shuffled. I've meditated. I'll do a little bit more shuffling on camera, and then we'll get started with your reading. I've realised today how much I absolutely love reading for the earth signs. I don't know what it is about you guys. I mean, I'm a Capricorn, but for some reason I just don't know. I just really enjoy doing your readings. So I just thought I'd tell you that. Okay, I'm going to shuffle and deal for you. Okay, my darlings, what a lovely card for the base of your reading. It's the Sun card, the happiest card in the deck. I knew I was going to like this reading. I'm smiling. I don't know why, so we'll see. This is your clarifier, my darlings. These are your key energies. We'll apply this as also an outcome card as well. Okay, so the card at the base of your reading is the Sun card, the happiest card in the deck. The card at the base of the reading really is the overall perspective that you need to see this reading through, or this week, this time period through. And for you guys, that's a Sun card. So I mean, what a lovely way to start your reading. I mean, you've got this. We had the total solar eclipse on the 2nd, and that was in Cancer. So we had this this great energy of the Sun, and the Sun is all about our. I always have these little notes so I don't have to think too hard. It's about our consciousness, and it's about drawing insight, if you will, onto specific areas of our lives, and also us feeling happy and content, showing who we are to everybody else around us, being truthful and authentic. And you know, this seeing parts of our life or parts of ourselves in a new light really can be something that does and should affect our actions. Okay, so have a look down below if you want a breakdown, if you will, of the key energies of the eclipses this month. I've written that out, and obviously people who follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram and on Facebook will have already seen that. So my darlings, this is a clarifier. We'll look at that when it comes up. Now we'll start here with this first key energy. We've got the Tower. Now it's funny because if you look at the description box below, what I actually say about the Tower, about the eclipses. So we've got one, as I said, on the 2nd, and the second one on the 16th, a partial lunar eclipse. I said that the eclipses are really a moment of inspiration, sudden insight, a tower moment, a sudden change or a shift in energy or circumstance. And this is really what the Tower card represents. It's this energy of being surprised, by something, a surprise event, and something that ultimately is meant to shuffle us onto the right path, meant to shuffle us into a place where we are more authentic, where we are more who we are, where we are more engaged with the truth of who we are, where our actions are more reflective of our drives and our desires and our perspective and our personalities. It's a real truth moment. So this is what's coming through for you. So you are literally right on the line. You're really literally walking the path along with the planets of this next couple of weeks. This is what the astrology should be bringing us into, these realizations, these shifts in our circumstances that are meant to basically make us happy. It's any event. It can be anything, big, small, good, bad, whatever, indifferent, good, bad. But ultimately, it's a blessing. You can call it a blessing. The Tower is a blessing, or you can call it a blessing in disguise. But that's exactly what it is. And as I said, you are right on track, Libra, for the astrology of this few weeks. Now, I just got distracted then because I've not even started. But this card is linked to this card. So we'll look at this card first of all. And we've got the Six of Cups, and to clarify the Six of Cups, we've got the Temperance. Now, very interesting. I'm just going to move this one. We'll look at this one right at the end. Very interesting because, well, we've sorry, this is amazing. This shock event for some of you is a reconciliation. Is a relationship, is a coming together of, again, back together with somebody, meeting up with somebody that you knew when you were at school, and it's now 30 years later, and you see them, and it's on the back of both of you going through difficult divorces, or both of you going through bereavement or something like that. Now, there's a lot just came through then. That's probably a specific message for one person or a few people. So let's look at the energies then that we see. So we've got the Temperance energy. Now this energy really is the card of mindfulness. It's really the card of being connected to your experiences, connected to your emotions, connected to engaging with and understanding that what is going on around you is going to affect what you do, is going to affect how you feel. That's the energy of Temperance. And that means it affects the steps that we take and the places that we go, just Temperance energy. And it also means, when we see this card, that we are going through a period, or we have gone through a period of healing. And that's kind of where you've been. It's kind of like you're going through a period of healing, or you've been going through a period of healing, in a way that's helped you to gain more insight into the person that you are, the reason that you're in the situation that you're in, or etc., whatever it is for you as an individual. The Temperance energy, though, also has something in common with the other winged entities in the deck. There's only 4 of them, not in the major arcana. We don't include the Two of Cups just because it's the Two of Cups just because it's minor, or I don't, I should say. And those 4 entities are the Lovers card, the Temperance, the Devil, and what's the other one? I always forget the 4th. So I can't remember it off the top of my head. Judgment, that's it. Those are the 4 cards. For those followers of Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram, on Facebook, you'll have seen the post that I did asking what do these 4 energies, and it's got all the 4 cards on it, and I ask what do these 4 energies have in common. And the entities on these energies are about our higher self, our higher wisdom almost. And it's almost being guided by something that we don't really understand. And that's kind of what we do in periods of, as I said, mourning or loss or trauma. We are in this space that's potentially confusing or potentially disorientating, but somehow we arrive on the other side of it. That's the energy of Temperance, really. Just being fully engaged with what's going on in your life, and not really thinking or knowing or seeing what's going to come ahead of you. But then you wake up one day and you're like, oh, okay, this is where I am. This is what I've been doing. Bloody hell, that was hard, but I'm through it now. So that's why I was saying a period of potentially separation, reconciliation, And obviously so that tells it's been something that's been ongoing. And then we go to the Six of Cups. Well, we know that the Six of Cups is related to the Lovers because it's number 6. And we also know, don't we, that the Cups energy is related to our emotions, our feelings, our emotional body, our intuition, the esoteric parts of our lives, if you will, those things that are less easy to understand, but about our karma, our truth, our life path. And with it being a number 6 as well, so that's the Cups energy. And with it being number 6, we know that it's about beauty. So it's about recognizing the value of something. So it's like looking back and remembering or recognizing, oh my God, yeah, that was happy what I was. I did feel happy then. And, you know, it was, and it could be the other way, looking back going, bloody hell, that was hard, but look, I'm through it the other side. So either way, it's a really positive energy that's coming through for you guys, the clarity, the wisdom, and also with this shock event that comes through with it. So this could be someone coming back and say, I always loved you, or whatever, or I'm really sorry, or yeah, I did do that, or no, I didn't, or whatever. So you've got that type of energy. I'm going to turn them all over now because I just got very distracted with that. So we've got, next we've got the, sorry, because that was a clarifier. Temperance was clarifier, wasn't it? So next we have, darlings, the Ten of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Six of Swords. So I had this in the same position for the last reading, which was Gemini. And, you know, this is the distractions, the heavy workload, the responsibilities, the time that we spend doing something, the things that take up our time and our energy. And really the Ten of Wands asks you, are you going to carry on doing it? Now, this can be where we deny, where we use things like work, for example, like responsibilities. We use those things in a way to distract ourselves from looking around us and seeing the truth of what we feel. And this is the Queens are really about awareness, and this is about being aware of the truth of your emotions. And it's as if you actually put down the wands, put down these burdens, put down all these things that are basically taking your energy. Because this card asks you, are you going to continue? Can you carry on? Can you carry on busying yourself, denying it, working yourself hard, ignoring the issue? Can you carry on? That's what this card asks you. And it looks like some of you say, no, I can't actually. I can't carry on actually. So I'm going to bloody put them down. I'm going to look at what I feel so I can understand it. The Queen of Cups, queens are feminine, which means passive, which means looking at what's within, understanding what's within, understanding, in this instance, what we feel. And not only with this card, and not only do we get this understanding of what you feel, you get this, the second six we get this energy of the clarity in our thoughts and in our minds. Sword energy is about our consciousness, it's actually linked to the sun as well, to be fair. It is about our consciousness, it's about our insight, our logic, our reason, our awareness, and our ability to communicate that within ourselves, i.e. be truthful with ourselves, and communicate that with other people, okay? So, and again, number 6, appreciation of, well, it's been hard, I've been doing this, but what, burying your head almost, basically that's what that is, but it takes its toll in your outside world, the burying your head. So it's like people, it's like, do you know what it is? If you watch Love Island, in fact, I'm going to do a little video about this. If you watch Love Island, this is Michael. Now, Michael has just cheated on Amber. It's kind of like The Bachelor or Bachelorette, whatever, but anyway, just bear with, yeah? So there's this couple, right, and they were all on this television program, and they were separated. The men were all separated from the women for a few days, and new people went in, and blah blah blah. Anyway, so Michael was seeing one woman, and he basically dumped her, and said, "I'm dumping you because I love this." Because I he didn't even say because I like this other woman. He said, "I'm dumping you because I couldn't speak to you. I couldn't da da da." And he's now full on in this other thing with this other woman. Now, this is what he's doing. This is what this Michael's doing. And this is what people do all the time. What they do is, instead of actually looking at, okay, let me look at what I feel. Let me look at why I didn't, and haven't in previous relationships been able to speak what I feel. Why does it bother me knowing that if someone's going to shout at me, then I don't want to speak to them, or whatever it is, I don't know. Look at that, examine that feeling. But instead of doing that, what Michael did was, he went for the easy option. He went for another woman. Now, he went for the other woman because he didn't want to put these down and actually face up to what he's feeling. So what we do is we distract ourselves with other people, with other relationships, with jobs, with work, with the dramas of other people's lives, taking phone calls every just to distract ourselves from the boredom or the misery of our relationships or of our existence. We'll just be on the phone all the time to other people and drama and, creating drama or blah, blah, blah. Now, listen, that's what this is. Are you going to continue with it, or are you going to look at what you feel? Are you going to just respond to it? Now, is he? Do you know what? I think he's a Libra, I think he said it. Oh my God. Anyway, I think he said it the other day. No, maybe he said it Aries. Anyway, I digress, darlings. But it looks like some of you are going to put those down, those distractions, they're stopping it. And you're actually going to come to some clarity in your thinking in your mind. And this energy tells us that here as well with the Six of Swords. It tells us that you're going to get some clarity. Now, with this Tower moment, it's putting down these which actually it's putting down the distractions, really, that actually brings you, I think, into this awareness. And that potentially is what creates a Tower moment. But I don't know. We'll see. So let's have a look at this next week. As I said, it doesn't matter. We don't have to apply it to the next week. I mean, we can say this is 12th to the 18th. But it's the energies you're going to be experiencing over this next couple of weeks, okay? So we've got the three of... I mean, this... I'm going to have to make a separate video for Love Island. We've got the three of... What's this called? Three of Swords. The five... I mean, literally, this could be his reading. We've got the Three of Swords. We've got the Five of Wands underneath the Ten of Wands. So that's the change coming through. We've got the Eight of Swords. And we've got the Four of... Right, okay. Four of Wands. Okay, so... Okay, now, this has already happened. So, Three of Swords has already happened. Now, Three of Swords, we can carry these things around with us for years and years and years. This could be when you were 12, your parents broke up, they divorced, and the effect and the impact of that event still plays a part in your self-esteem, how you feel about yourself, your ability to be intimate in relationships, your ability to engage fully, be open fully, have an open heart in relationships. For example, that's an example of a Three of Sword event. Yeah, it can be anything. It can be being cheated on. It can be anything. But actually, what those events do for us is they create hidden anxieties. They create hidden drivers, things that we don't really fully understand. Why can't I be honest? Why can't I say what I'm feeling? Now, that's the question, isn't it? And we've got this energy here. This is what I did. What if I'm not good enough? This is the title of a conscious meditation I recorded last week. You can watch it on the channel. I'll link it at the end of this video. This is an example of that. This is a question that might haunt you, but you might not know that it haunts you. But because you don't know that you hold a hidden anxiety, whatever it is for you, Three of Swords, it can actually create this type of tension within because we try to ignore it. We don't want to face it. We don't want to look at it. And it actually, therefore, affects directly the things that we do. Now, there's awareness coming in, though. We know that with the Sun card. There's awareness coming in this week, Libra. We know that with the Sun card. So, you are about to face up to some truths about yourself that you have not wanted to look at, but you know and feel that looking at those things is going to be the thing that helps and leads you to healing, to happiness, to balance, to clarity, to understanding. You know that. So this is that coming back around, almost coming back up to your consciousness of events, situations, feelings that have happened previously, previous relationships, mum and dad, whatever it is, ex-partner, or your old boss who put you down, your teachers at school, the bullies, whatever it is for you as an individual. This is those feelings, anxieties, emotions that have existed within you. When we see this card, it's being brought into the light again at this time. It's being churned up again for us at this time. We can see that's what's happening. Because what's coming from the inside out is this. This is the epitome of that energy. This is like, I take pictures of trees. I love trees. And at this time of year in the UK, in Leeds, I live in Leeds, and this time of year in the UK, the deciduous trees, so the trees that lose their leaves in the fall and change colour, etc. What you start to see on those trees, on the trunks of those trees, is the outside. I use this as a visual. Well, not a visual, but just to hold. So the outside, the bark on around the tree, the craggy old parts are falling off. So you'll see all around, all on the floor, there's like all bits of bark, and it's because the tree is like growing, obviously, and it sheds that sort of outer shell, and it's nice and blonde like this, and green, the wood that's on the trees now at this time when you look around the trees. This is that energy for a human. Now, can you imagine what it feels like for a tree every year to actually, or it doesn't necessarily happen every year. It's happened for the last 2 years, but it doesn't necessarily happen every year where you see the effects on the outside of the growth that's going on beneath the ground. Well, right now, we are seeing the effects of the growth that's been going on within you being exposed on the outside world. This is this card. We can see that we've got the sun card. We can see that with the Five of Wands here. So that you've been growing underneath. This is this energy here, this looking back, this feeling, this understanding what's been going on with it. Being in this space where you've not understood, but now you're like, oh my God, yeah, that's bloody hell, that were hard, that, yeah, I get it now. This is that. So now comes in the change. This is that energy. And as I said, a tree grows, you don't always see you see the leaves falling, but you don't always see the tree itself, the trunk itself. You don't always notice that gets bigger and bigger. You know, in the big trees, you don't really notice it, do you? As I said, the last year, the year before, this year and last year, I think for the last 3 years it's happened when I've seen it, when I've noticed it. It stretches. You see on the outside, you see the impact of what's been going on within. That's this card here. So that fight's coming in. You've started to see, you've started to understand, you've started to recognise there's a shift, and change is necessary. Number 5 is about change. And a change in energy, a shift in energy, a shift in those responsibilities. Yes, it might create some sort of friction on the outside. People will be able to see on the outside of you, oh my God, he's being different. She's speaking differently. She don't really usually say stuff like that. She don't usually do stuff like that. But actually, what you're doing is right for you, because you're breaking cycles like this. We know with the 8s, this is 8 of Swords now, we know with the 8s that they're about karmic cycles, about being stuck in patterns, about patterns that we've been in. And this is the Sword energy, so we know it's about our thoughts. So we know in your mind and in your thoughts you've been stuck in a way of thinking, and you didn't even know. This is, again, same. Temperance. You're coming out of that energy now. As I said, temperance, as I said, it's like, as I said, if you've ever been in a situation where you've been in a bad breakup, for example, or someone's passed away, a loved one has passed away, has died, or a really traumatic, shocking event's happened, and the event happens, and you're living in that world for however long, and then one day you're like, oh my God, like you just think, bloody hell, the worst is over. Well, that energy that you're in during that time is temperance. And it's like, and as I said, it affects what you do, but you're there, you don't understand, you don't know how you're going to get from one day to the next, and you don't know how you're going to get through it, but one day you just through it, and you know you're through it. That's temperance. Well, it's like that energy, this is the thoughts. And really, you've been in this place, really, being in temperance, you've been in that mindfulness, that place, just existing in that space, what you've been feeling. And actually now it's shed light on not only how you feel about a specific person or a specific situation in your life, and also how you respond to that by distracting yourself, by creating issues or having dramas, whatever it is for you. It's also affected how you think about yourself. You've been blind almost to, as I said, some of these hidden anxieties. What if I'm not good enough? You know, you've been blind to those things. Well, we're starting to see that, understand that. You're starting to see that, understand that. Light is being shed on those things over this next couple of weeks, Libra. So you get to this point here. And this is a real understanding of your foundations, your structures, what you need in your life to feel happy, to feel fulfilled, to feel good, to feel, engaging with your feelings, recognizing those things. That's the energy of the 4 of Wands. It's about that stability, because the 4th house of the Zodiac is about our roots. It's about where we come from. This is about, I suppose, re-engaging with that idea. What makes up your roots? Well, I need this. I need support. I need, a relationship. I need whatever it is you need in your life. This is you sort of almost reassessing those foundations, because of the Tower probably, and actually re-establishing them, recognizing what they need to be. And that might mean it's all it takes for you is to, it might be this for you, the Four of Wands for you is just taking off the blindfold and putting down the distractions and actually facing up to the truth of what you've been feeling, or the truth of what you've been thinking and telling yourself. That might be your Four of Wands. For others, for this Four of Wands, this might be you realizing, I do need that person in my life, or I do need to heal from that situation in my life, or whatever it is. Does that make sense? So it's different for everybody. Yes, this is a card of stability and happiness and joy, but we reach this because of an understanding of our foundations, because of an understanding of what this is and where it comes from and how it's affected us. That's how we get to the four ways, obviously, and especially the Four of Wands here. So we're going on next. This is your last key energy. So we've got this key energy. So we know that change gonna come. Change gonna come. And we know that. Libra, I know you love my American accent, so I have to try and get it in there every video. So, change gonna come. So we know that with this energy. But what about this one? So this can indicate outcomes, but it's also, again, what you might be feeling, thinking. There you go. What you might be feeling, thinking. We've got this Ace of Cups. So this is saying, we know there's going to be a release, a new understanding, a new awareness, and also a new opportunity that you can actually physically hold in your hand. So for some of you, that means, that might mean a relationship. For others, it might mean a relationship, it might mean a renewal of a relationship, but ultimately, this comes about because you understand, assess, recognize how a specific event has shaped your perception of yourself, your perception of relationships, your perception of intimacy, etc., etc. So it's that brings about this Ace of Cups. And we know with the Ace of Cups, the universe is supporting you in that. We can see that because it's an ace. Aces are all auspicious, good luck. We've done stuff to get these new beginnings. You've gone through things, you've understood, you've reflected, you've looked back, you've tried to work it out, blah, blah, blah. So you're working in conjunction with the universe. The Tower also tells us that. The Tower says to us, well, Libra, now is the time. You can see it, you can do it, you can recognize it, you can respond to it, you can change it, you can have what it is you want, you can understand what it is you need. And this card, the happiest card in the deck, the Sun card. So you've got Libra over this next couple of weeks, and actually this is going to last. Actually, I'm doing these readings for this time period, but it's going to last. These energies are going to last maybe till the end of the year, where you're going to feel this energy of wow, that's how it affected me, and that's what it's done with me, and that's how it's thingy, and that's how it's held me back. And God, just realizing that makes me want to change, makes me want to do different, makes me want to think different, makes me want to have more compassion for myself, blah, 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 or for my dad, or whatever it is for you as an individual. So this is fabulous energy, so grounding. I mean, honestly, Libra, I'm loving this reading. So, my darlings, if you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and feel free to share this video on your social media, your WhatsApp, your Facebook, to help other people. If you are specifically interested in love, I've done a pick a card reading for the summer months. I'll link it at the end of this video. You can get involved, you can ask the question, and you can look closely at what's going to come towards you over this summer months if you're interested in that. I'll also link at the end of this video my Key Wisdom playlist, which includes the conscious meditations that I've recorded, all about hidden anxieties, uncovering them, working with them, working through them, and then looking at desire, our relationship with the desire, and why we find that so difficult, and why it's important that we have desire and follow them, okay? So, my darlings, you can catch all that on the end of this video, or have a look around my channel. It's been lovely to see you. Those people that follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram and on Facebook, I will see you very soon. For the rest of you, I'll see you all again in a couple of weeks with your brand new readings. Have a fabulous couple of weeks, my darlings. Take care, Libras. Bye.